What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Steel City Live here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. As always, we are here diving into some Pittsburgh Steelers news and analysis. Let me straighten this up a little bit. There we are, my friends. Let's get moving here. Again, hit that like button as we get started. Good to see the chat already lighting up. That is awesome. Mike Miller, Miss Pittsburgh, Joshua Shields, Big Tom Ford. What is up, everybody? What a game. What a game by the Baltimore Ravens, losing a little bit. Nathaniel Sampson, get ready for a loss, Jason. I think it'll be a good one, man. I'm not going to talk no shit, man, Nathaniel. I'm not going to jinx it, my friend. I love the confidence, though, buddy. I do. I love the confidence. I appreciate you, though. But I can't talk no shit just yet. We ain't even to that week. But it should be a really good game, and it could mean a lot for the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Philadelphia Eagles here in 2024. It could have major playoff implications for both teams. The Philadelphia Eagles 11-2. That's big, and the Steelers right now 9-3, one game back of the Buffalo Bills. So you look at this football team and you look at the Eagles when they meet up. If things continue on the path that they are on, it definitely could mean some major playoff implications for both teams in their conference. So we'll see how this continues to roll. Downtown John Broadway. What is up, TD? Good to see you. Tom says, I especially like when Nick Herbig stripped the ball and Peyton Wilson picked it up and ran into the end zone. Peyton Wilson, man, I could just feel that touchdown brewing for some reason. And it was just the way he was playing, the way he was flying around. And you hear it all the time. And it's not a cliche thing to say. The football finds good players, man. It happens at every level, every league, every game. The football will find the good players, and that is exactly what happened for Peyton Wilson. Good player found the football, man. And Nick Herbig causing that big strip sack, that was awesome. TJ Watt with the strip sack, that was absolutely awesome. I'm trying to get the lighting right here, guys. I'm adjusting it. But man, what a crazy display here by your Pittsburgh Steelers against the Bengals. And what did it show us about this Pittsburgh Steelers team? And it showed us some things about the Bengals, quite honestly, too. What it showed me about this Pittsburgh Steelers team is that they can win in any situation. And I know a lot of people freaked out about the Cleveland Browns game, and it was the end of the fucking world. Everybody said that the Steelers were done. They weren't going to win another game. But now you watch the national media here on a Monday morning, and you listen to some of the things that they are saying, and all of a sudden the Steelers become contenders again. Russell Wilson is absolutely amazing. He dog-walked the Cincinnati Bengals on defense. Yeah, they can't pick a side. But I'm here to tell you the Pittsburgh Steelers have been contenders this whole time. Even under Justin Fields. I'm sorry, he played really well for a guy that just came out of a tumultuous situation in which everything was against him not to succeed. But Justin found a way to get this football team to a 4-2 start, and he has to be applauded. And if the Steelers do go on to great success this season, Justin Fields should feel very accomplished that he had a major, major role inside of anything good that could happen to the Pittsburgh Steelers moving forward. And if you are an AFC team, a conference team in the AFC, and you watch that Pittsburgh Steelers team yesterday, it should light a little bit of a fire under your ass, a little bit of fear maybe, honestly, because they can win and do it every way that there is. They can play the muddy, nasty dogfight game. They can play a shootout game. They can play any style of game that you like. And they find ways to win. They are resilient. And when you look at what Russell Wilson did yesterday, spreading the ball around to 10 different receivers, if that doesn't excite you as a Steelers fan, I don't know what will. And we told you in the offseason that this team had weapons. And it showed yesterday. It showed. Everybody wants to dog this Steelers wide receiver room. Everybody wants to dog this tight end room. Everybody just wants to dog the Pittsburgh Steelers in general. They have weapons, they can get it done, and they manufacture wins, man. And that is what it is. And I am super happy with the way they played yesterday. All right, guys, double tap that screen. Hit that like button for us here on Steel City Live. I'm your host, Jason, as always. Nathaniel Sampson, a good blowout game over. Eagles running game is tough. Saquon Barkley is a different level of player, though. He is a special talent, a generational talent at the running back spot. He got a lot of his years wasted in my eyes with the New York Giants. I wish he would have been able to play for the Eagles or another established franchise sooner, because you're getting to see what Saquon Barkley can do week in, week out with a good supporting cast, because he can't do it all by himself. But a talent like his really shines inside of a good organization. And that's exactly what you're seeing out of Saquon right now. Awesome. Chicken Nuggets is in Pennsylvania. He's a Pennsylvanian. I like it. I was so off on the score. Yeah, we were all off. What was my score prediction? I predicted the Steelers 31-27. So I was pretty off too. I thought it wouldn't be that high of a scoring game. But you look at the yards after catch, that's really what told the story for the Pittsburgh Steelers yesterday. If you want to look at statistics, numbers, and things of that nature, the Pittsburgh Steelers put up the highest yards after catch statistic out of the entire NFL this season. And that is special, man. Those yards after catch. Now, where the Cincinnati Bengals are horrible defensively, and I feel bad for their fan base because they have an amazing offense, an offense in which should win championships, but a defense that can't get out of their own way. And we're going to talk about that a little bit too. Downtown, John Broadway, he said, we did that one. Mike Miller, TJ Watt, really awesome. Wow. Yes, he came to play. TJ got awakened by that Cleveland game in my eyes. Tom Ford, I think everybody was off on the score. I think so. Nobody had predicted that high of a score, man. I wrote them all down. Nobody was even in the ballpark. 34 was the highest pick. That was from Daniel Warman. Daniel Warman was the closest. He said 34-27 Bengals, though. But he was right on the Bengals score, close to it. Yins love the Steelers. Yes, we do, Scotty. Cutthroat in the house, winning a a la carte game by all means necessary. Winning a la carte by all means necessary. Absolutely, man. And that's what you got to do to be good in the NFL, man. Offside edits, mic drop. Do you think TJ Watt wins Defensive Player of the Year? That's so hard to answer, offside edits, and I would love to be able to give you a definitive answer on that. In my eyes, I think that he means the most, and if I was making a vote, that's who I vote for because of his significance, and it may not show up on the stat sheet every single week, but you know what they're going to go off of, statistics and things of that nature, so he might get edged out somewhere this year. So I'm going to say probably not, but we'll see what the rest of the year has to show us. That may change things a little bit. Roberta Campbell, on TV Sports, it was just how bad the Bengals defense is. Keep underestimating the Steelers. And they were bad, guys. When you bring 11 to the line of scrimmage against Russell Wilson, he's going to tear you up. They brought 11 to the line of scrimmage, basically, across the board, leaving one high. It was something weird with their defense. Their scheme was horrible. I posted a picture in the community section, if you want to look at it, of Pat Freiermuth catching that touchdown pass sidearm from Russell Wilson, which was, Patrick Mahomes-esque, but Russell Wilson made that famous a while ago. But definitely Russell Wilson threw that ball to Pat Freiermuth on the scramble drill. Pat was smart enough where he had stopped about 7 yards, 8 yards maybe, after I looked at the play from the line of scrimmage. Stopped, tried to sit down there, When he seen Russ step up in that pocket, he started the scramble drill, and Pat took a vertical route. And that started to split that zone coverage. And when you saw the Bengals, they had three or four defenders in the area, all surrounding Pat Freiermuth, and nobody was able to even get close to make the play. I don't understand what kind of defense they were playing, but Pat did an excellent job there, finding the hole, finding the seam, and getting that score. DJ Thomas, like and subscribe to the best damn sports show in America. Thank you, TJ. I appreciate it. Roberta says tonight should we want Browns or Broncos to win? I would say Browns, man. You want the Browns to beat the Broncos. I think they have a decent record. I haven't looked at their record in a while. TD Yak was a big factor with the dumps and screens. Absolutely. That was another thing with the Cincinnati defense. You just kept allowing that, and I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm good with it, but I don't understand how you don't even adjust slightly to try to limit those plays, to sit a linebacker down there. I understand they were completely outgunned yesterday, and that was just the facts, but you got to make adjustments, and that's where the Bengals are just so bad. Downtown John Broadway, Joe Burrow looks like Dan Marino this season. All points, no defense to help him. Joe Burrow is probably one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the entire NFL, and it's a shame that he has no supporting cast defensively to get a stop. They're losing games, man, when they're scoring 30-plus points like 4 times this year, and that's sad. Joe Burrow leading that offense to crazy numbers, but man, they just can't put a team win together. Offside edits, mic drop. Do you think this defense gets a lot better with Highsmith's return? Absolutely, I do. Alex Highsmith's going to add something to this outside backer room that is very special. When Alex is in there, it really increases the level of play. And that's just because of what, guys? The depth. The depth of this Steelers backers room, outside backers room. And I like the inside backers this year also, which is a rare occurrence here as of the last several seasons for the Steelers since the absence of Ryan Shazier due to a traumatic injury. But you look at those outside backers, when you add Alex Highsmith back to it, Nick Herbig is playing at a high level right now, guys. He was tearing them up. And did you notice how bad the Cincinnati Bengals tackles were cheated back? It was crazy. And that's why they were getting called on some of those illegal formations and shit. That's exactly why. The procedure penalties, that's why. Because of the pressure that those outside backers were able to deliver down in, down out, had those tackles on their heels. And that's what made Joe Burrow have to continually step up. But Joe's so good that he was able to overcome those situations, which he couldn't every single time. And that's what the difference was. And I told you what the difference was going to be yesterday. The difference was going to be which defense could get a couple stops. The one interception by the Bengals defense, the pick 6, was not Russell Wilson's fault, guys. In my eyes, that was pass interference. That was flagrant, but it didn't get called. You can't whine about it. You can't go on and on and on about it because it is what it is. But it was definitely something that should have been called. It wasn't, but hey, Russ didn't panic. Russ didn't get crazy and all in his head. What did he do? He showed that veteran presence. He put his head down and he got back to work, delivering the touchdown pass to George Pickens on that screen or swing, whatever you want to call that pass to the sideline. But definitely got it right back, got it together real quickly. And that is something special that you are starting to see from Russell Wilson. But yes, Alex Highsmith makes this outside backers room so good, man. So good, and does increase the level of play because it is all about depth at this time of the year, guys. When you have depth, you can go far. You can go real far. And that is what's nice about this Steelers team right now. They dealt with a lot of injuries early, but right now they've remained relatively healthy, knock on wood. But that is what's giving them that little bit of elevation here as of late in my eyes. Let's keep going. I don't think they will give it to TJ, but they definitely should have given it to TJ last season. Yeah, they should have, Roberta. Downtown says Bernie Kosar was noted for the sidearm also. Yeah, Bernie, I forgot about that, Downtown. Yeah, Bernie Kosar could get it done, baby. He was good. Mike Miller, here's my score. Not yet. Not yet, Mike. I can't write it down. You're going to have to give it to me on Friday. Probably doing Friday or Saturday. But I see you say 24-10. Mike says 24-10, and they beat the Cleveland Clowns. Uh, let's keep going. Miss Pittsburgh, wave that terrible towel for Miss Pittsburgh. TD, it looked like the Bungles defense gave up and didn't want to tackle. They definitely didn't want to tackle, and that was from the start. Yeah, the first maybe series they looked like it, but after that it was like lights out. Sam Mason, Van Jefferson finding that soft spot, that inside cut was beautiful. Yeah, we sat here at nauseum, and many people bashed Van Jefferson, and I continued to stay on the logic of he definitely can get it done. He can do it. Now, he hasn't been consistent this year. He hasn't gotten the ball consistently. He hasn't been ultra consistent in his passes, or routes ran, and all that kind of stuff. But Van can get it done, and that has been something that we've talked about a lot. And I'm glad to see him start to make some plays. He's had a big touchdown here in the last month or so. You know, he's done some things to start getting going. He's made some big catches here and there, and that's been very encouraging. The one I'm worried about right now is Calvin Austin with those concussions. He's been getting waffled. His size does play a factor. He's just been getting teed off on. But Calvin's been tough, but he has really truly emerged as that number 2 target for the Steelers. And that is something that we've been all wanting from Calvin. And he has really stepped up and done that. Touchdowns in consecutive weeks. That is awesome. And he's had several touchdowns here this season. And that, you know, has been what we've wanted to see from the speedster. And now that he's been getting such menacing, leveling hits, it's been crazy. And I worry about him a little bit sometimes. Danny George, he's talking to Janny. Hey, Tom Ford. Guys, I think he's a Steelers fan. Tom Ford, what's up, John Brown? Didn't Roethlisberger throw sidearm sometime? Yeah, I think so, Tom. Yeah. Ben had a cannon, man, back in the day. Hell of a game from Danny George. TD Van has made a difference, even though he's not a difference maker. Yeah, he's made a difference, no doubt about it. He did have a very big year on that Super Bowl team for the Rams, guys, and we can't overlook that. 10-plus touchdowns on a Super Bowl winning team with almost 1,000 yards receiving with Matthew Stafford, and it just basically boils down to opportunity in this league. There's a lot of good players that don't get the opportunities as much, you know. The Steelers aren't targeting Van Jefferson like they're targeting George Pickens, you know, so the opportunities are not coming his way a ton. But when the opportunities have came his way, he has stepped up into those big moments, and he's produced, and yesterday was one of them. Now, I don't like this from the Pittsburgh Steelers, the wide receiver room. I don't want to see George Pickens punt the fucking football after he scores a touchdown. I don't want to see Van Jefferson chuck it across the field, you know, after he makes a big play. I want the celebrations. I want the excitement, but you got to learn to act like you've been there before, too. And that's been a little bit annoying for me. Danny George, what are they waiting for Mike Williams? I don't know the answer. I've come up with several excuses. I thought for sure he would be more involved, which he was. He just wasn't targeted. And I don't know what that is. Is maybe, possibly, he's not on the same page with Russell Wilson in terms of the play sheet. That could be the big one. That could be the only thing that I could see wrong. Now, I do see him frequently when he is in breaking the huddle, talking to Russell Wilson, and that means that he's trying to get to know what the play is, what he's supposed to be doing. And that isn't a good sign. So hopefully he starts to get that and pick that shit up, because the Steelers are going to need him down the stretch, guys. And Mike Williams will make some plays here down the stretch for the Steelers. I can guarantee you that. He had that big touchdown catch against Washington. I can guarantee you he does have some catches here in the coming weeks, because they are going to need it. And that is what makes this Steelers offense special right now, is spreading the football around. And I think Russell Wilson has made a conscious effort to do so. And like I said yesterday, 10 different targets yesterday by Russell Wilson. That's a lot, guys. That's a hell of a lot. And still didn't throw to Connor Hayward or Mike Williams. And those are two more weapons that can get the job done. Sam Mason, Cam Hayward on that tip pick was so epic. This was so exciting. Yeah, that was exciting, man. Cam played one of his best games as a Steeler in my eyes yesterday, and I know maybe the score didn't say that, but Cam was there down in and down out, punishing hits, sacks, tipped balls, just absolutely lights out for your Steelers yesterday. That was something really, really cool to see out of Cam Hayward after a injury-plagued 2023. He has really poured it on here in 2024, and that has been awesome to see from Cam. It's like he dipped into the fountain of youth. All right, guys, make sure you are double tapping that screen, hitting that like button for us here on Steel City Live. I'm your host, Jason, as we talk Pittsburgh Steelers NFL football here each and every single day. So make sure you are liking, sharing, and subscribing. Mike Miller, I want Santa Claus in the Belton Village Mall. I said, Santa, I want Pittsburgh Steelers stuff for Christmas. There you go. You want Steelers stuff, no doubt. D1 Crash Out. Do you think the Steelers are going to make it to the playoffs? Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think it's a matter of if they are going to make the playoffs now. It's a matter of can they catch the top two seeds and become the one or the two. It's not a matter of if the Steelers will make the playoffs now, and not in my eyes. They're 9-3 football team, guys. When do people start saying that they're for real? When do we stop with the bullshit of the Steelers are they going to make it or are they not going to make it? It's a matter of what seed are they? That's really what this is boiling down to. And let's be real honest with it. With the Ravens' loss yesterday, do the Ravens even make the playoffs? Ask yourself that, because they keep losing and people keep saying it's just, they'll be okay. They'll be okay. When do you stop saying they'll be okay? When does the pressure start to mount on the Baltimore Ravens to start performing? When does the fan base there, start questioning what the hell's going on? In terms of Justin Tucker, they all are screaming for him to be cut. A Hall of Fame guy. Let's keep going. Tristan, JJ, Santa, all I want is the Steelers to make it to the damn Super Bowl and win. Yeah, a lot of you younger fans of this franchise have not got to see that. You've not got to share in that special moment of making it to a Super Bowl, of winning a Super Bowl. I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4 Super Bowls in my lifetime as a Steelers fan. That I've watched and been involved with, and the Steelers are 2-2 in those Super Bowls. So I've got to see the losses in a Super Bowl, and I've got to see the wins, and the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows, I've seen bad years from the Steelers. I've seen good years. But you look at the Steelers, they haven't had a losing season in 21 seasons. That's from Bill Cowher on through Mike Tomlin here. That's been pretty cool. This Steelers franchise has been competitive, but some of you younger fans got to see what a true, championship team feels like having. And it's special, and I hope you get to see it. Just how time it is. I remember the days of so many different players. When I see certain numbers, remembering certain guys, man, time has flown by so fast. That's from downtown. Absolutely, I do that all the time. You just find yourself thinking back when you see certain numbers. You're like, damn, that's crazy. Mike Miller, we need to go to Super Bowl 59 because we are a good team. Amen, man. TD, 9-3 Steelers family. Let's go and get on board. Stop Tomlin haters. Where are you all? I will say this, TD. Mike Tomlin had that major, major blunder, which was inexcusable. Mike has done some good things this year. He has. But, man, is he going to cost us a football game with that time management bullshit, guys. That can't be overlooked. And I know it was an exciting win yesterday, but that sequence right there could cost you a football game. It could. That was so bad. That was so Bush League. And Mike has to fix that, man. And every year we all say this about Mike. And when does he fix it with an assistant? That's what he needs. They've hired people in the past, but they end up doing other jobs, and they don't do that job that they're hired to do originally. But Mike has to get this fixed, man. It's going to cost them a football game, and I don't want to see a football game be lost over something stupid like that all you have to do is get a helping hand to get it fixed. D1 says, I think the Chiefs are better. Yeah, maybe you do. They're 11-1. And I see your profile picture, so I'm assuming you're a Chiefs fan. But yeah, they're a good football team, man. Roberta Campbell, the best birthday gift I could get Sunday is a win against the Browns. Well, happy early birthday, Roberta, in case I don't see you. But yes, that would be awesome. Offside edits. Do you think the Steelers win the division, or do you think the Ravens swoop it? No, the Steelers are going to win this AFC North division, guys. The only thing that might tighten it up are AFC Hard Knocks crew in the NFL. Maybe making it that way. That's the only. The Steelers are starting to run away with this a little bit. They're 9-3. The Baltimore Ravens are what 7-5 or 8-5, 7-5, something like that. I don't know what the hell. They have 5 losses now. Do they have 8? What's that? 13 games. Yeah, they haven't had their bye week yet, so they're 8-5. I mean. Yeah, one more loss by the Baltimore Ravens, you start to ask yourself, are they going to make the playoffs? You know, they're almost back to 500. I just don't see it, man. And Lamar Jackson, again, guys, isn't a big game quarterback. He's just not. But I don't think so. I think they win the division. D1 cash out. The Ravens are not going to the playoffs. Oh, that's a bold one. Downtown John Broadway will be the 2 seed. That's just how we work in DeBerg. I hope so, but that would take the Kansas City Chiefs falling off a game or two here, and the Steelers swooping in on Christmas Day and beating them. Here's my thing, guys. If the Steelers are going to lose another game this season, I hope it's to the Chiefs. I do. And I say that why? Because I don't think the Chiefs can beat them twice. And I don't think the Steelers can beat the Chiefs twice. That's how competitive a game I think it'll be. So if I think that the Steelers, I want to see the Steelers lose if they are going to. I want to see them lose in the regular season as opposed to the playoffs against the Chiefs because I don't think either team can beat the other twice. Downtown, we did that. TD, Chiefs better watch out. Steelers are rolling and taking names now. They are, baby. Roberta Campbell, I've seen all 8 Super Bowls, 6 wins, 2 losses. Wow, that's awesome. You guys that have got to see them all, that's pretty cool. Tristan, JJ, I do not like how the Bengals were close to winning. No, and again, man, there's several instances of why that probably shouldn't have happened or shouldn't even have been close, but it is what it is. It's football. And you're playing a good offense. They're going to score, and you got to make the plays when it matters. So that's what tells me good things about this Steelers team. Because if you look at the Bengals, guys, they've not lost by many points. They have many games that they lost by 1 or 2 points that were complete shootouts. So they aren't a bad football team. So did the Browns lose too? Does the Browns lose too? We'll see tonight. I hope they win because I think that would be better in terms of the Broncos making the playoffs or something. Actually, it probably doesn't really matter. Neither team's going to do anything, to be honest, so it doesn't matter to me. The Browns are out of it. They're done. The way Russell Wilson handles the post-game pressers is amazing. The positivity seems contagious. That's from Sam Mason. Absolutely. Tomorrow's show, guys, the daily upload will be about that kind of deal. What Russell Wilson has done for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Russell Wilson has made the Pittsburgh Steelers significantly better in 2024, and that's frankly probably going to be along the lines of the title. Russell Wilson has significantly improved this football team in a major way, and there's nobody that can say that's not true. Last week after the Cleveland game, many fans were calling for his head, calling for Justin to be put back in, and hey, I get it, but the overreaction inside Steelers Nation is sometimes nauseating, and I just think sometimes we got to just pump our brakes and realize this is the NFL and games are razor thin close every week, and that's what it takes to win, is teams that manufacture wins, teams that find ways to win, and that's why you should be excited about this Steelers team. And everybody that maybe tells you that they were going to be basement dwellers and still think that they only are going to win 1 or 2 more games this season, I think that they might be a little bit wrong. I think the Steelers can beat any team in the NFL right now, and that goes for really any team in the NFL except for maybe like the Panthers. They suck so bad. I mean, I know they almost beat the Chiefs, but I think the Chiefs are susceptible to a loss, man, if they play good teams. They almost lost to the Raiders. They almost lost to the Broncos. They almost lost to the Panthers. You know what I mean? The Steelers definitely aren't those teams. And yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, guys, double tap that screen. Hit that like button for us here on Steel City Live, our daily live stream, talking NFL football, talking Pittsburgh Steelers football each and every single day. I'm your host, Jason, as always. Let's keep on rolling. Downtown says Tomlin is lucky and he does get out coached. He does. He does, guys. And we can't overlook it. I think he's done a great job with this ball club this year, but there's moments in his clock management, his personnel management, the scheme sometimes that just doesn't make sense, and I wish those things would start to get tightened up. Mr. Steeler fan, we have more points scored than the Chiefs this season and have given up less points than this season than Kansas City. Yeah. That's a good statistic to throw out there. I agree, man. That could matter. Definitely. That's why I say the Steelers aren't the same as some of these ball clubs that, the Chiefs beat up on. And the Chiefs sometimes don't beat up on these teams. And I got to be honest, besides the Chargers, that's a weak division that they play in. The AFC North is bloody, bro. To come out of the AFC North, you are battle tested. You have, and if a good team comes out of the AFC North, watch out, because they know how to win close games. They know how to fight in the fourth quarter. They know how to get it done. They know how to win ugly. They know how to win in shootouts. That's what's special about AFC North teams. And I think everybody in the league understands that. When they see an AFC North team that is really, really good, that is a complete team, it makes them nervous because they know they are going to have to play them in the playoffs, probably deep in the playoffs, and it's not going to be an easy game to win. DJ Thomas, like and subscribe to the best damn sports show in America. Thank you. Hey, Roberta, happy birthday, Mr. Steeler fan. Wild card seeds will look like this: 5th, LA Chargers; Ravens, 6th; Broncos, 7th. It sounds right. But man, it worries me. Don't worry me. I hope it happens. The Ravens continue to mount losses up there, man. It makes you wonder if one of these teams don't leapfrog them. And the more these teams in the 5th, 6th, 7th seed start to lose, those teams that, have 7 or 8 losses right now start to say to themselves, you know what, if we win out, we might have a fucking chance. We might have a chance because these teams keep losing too. DJ Thomas, defense carried us a lot. Nice to see the offense giving back to the team. The Browns game will be a perfect redemption game to pull all 3 phases together. I agree, DJ. And if you look over the last several seasons, the defense has basically willed them to many, many wins. And it was nice to see the offense explode for the first time since 2018. John Cutthroat says, Ravens bye this week. Steelers can go 2 games up with a win against the Browns. I love it, man. I love it. It'd be big, man. Offside edits. Mic drop. I think the Steelers can beat any team in the NFL right now. I don't see the Chiefs beating the Steelers. Bills don't scare me either. No team, honestly, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a Steelers fan. I'm saying this from a perspective of truly an in-depth look at this football team. And I look at it each and every day. I look at it in the offseason. I study this football team, and there is no team in this league, and I'm not excluding the Detroit Lions from that. I'm just saying there's no team in this league that if the Steelers have them on the schedule that I'm going to sit here and say, man, they're going to get blown up. There's no way they win this game. It's going to be very tough. If they win, it's going to be a complete upset. There's no team that I feel that way about. And that's no bullshit. And I know a lot of people will say I'm wrong maybe with that. The Steelers couldn't beat Detroit. They can't beat the Chiefs. They can't beat the Bills. But I think that's all bullshit. I agree with you. I think the Steelers can beat any team in the NFL right now. Downtown, John Broadway, Jason, I agree on the twice idea, but we have the Boz, Mr. 18 points. Yeah, man, it's nice to have Boz in the back pocket. Definitely. Whew, what a special guy. What a special kicker. Tom Ford, I don't care if the Steelers get past the first round of the playoffs. Mike Tomlin has destroyed this team. Just look at his past record. I personally cannot wait until he leaves. That's from Tom Ford. Telling it like it is. Telling his truth, baby. Speak it, to Tom. Speak it. Mr. Steeler fan, I want the second seed, folks. Sterling Elston says Steelers going to the Super Bowl. Alexis B, Peace Steeler Nation. John Cutthroat says fans are supposed to buy merchandise and go to games. They aren't GMs or coaches. Amen, John. Amen. Amen. Highlights. What do you do for a living? Broncos are losing now. I work in a hospital. I'm a respiratory therapist, Mike Miller. Yes, I'm coming to PA. Everybody's going to get a beer on Big Mike on his big day. TD, old-time Steelers fan like me from the 70s, don't panic. All these younger fans need to take a pill and chill out. Yeah, TD, it's such, this league is so competitive. You're gonna lose, dude. You're gonna lose, man. And nobody has been perfect, except for one or two teams. You had the Miami Dolphins complete the perfect season, but that's it. The Patriots came close. John Broadway, what I couldn't understand is how the NFL, the network NFL ass kissers just love Lamar Jackson. Why? Geez. I haven't figured it out. Other than Lamar seems like a decent guy. Like, he doesn't cause issues. He seems like a steady dude. And he is a phenomenal athlete, but he's not a big game quarterback, man. He's a regular season, get a win, get winning seasons. That's the kind of quarterback he is. He's never going to get you over that mountaintop. He's never going to let you do snow angels in the confetti. He's never going to get you to kiss that sticky Lombardi. It's just the facts. And until I'm proven wrong, I'll stand and die on that hill. And I've had many arguments on this show with people that, want to come in here and say that's cap, or come in here and say Lamar is the best, he's the MVP. But, when I pose these questions to them about what big games has Lamar Jackson won as the quarterback, nobody can answer that. And they'll say this playoff game. Okay, how few and far between are his playoff wins? What's his record against divisional rivals, i.e. the Pittsburgh Steelers? Look at the big games, the games that have significance, the games that have significant meaning within the division, within your legacy, within the conference, in terms of getting to the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson folds like a house of cards, man, and it is what it is. We will beat the Cleveland Clowns, Mike Miller. I'm pumped. Roberta Campbell, any team can beat another team, and any team can get beat any and every game. Yeah, absolutely. It's the NFL, guys. This is the most competitive professional sports league on the planet. This is what this is. This is why the NFL is so exciting. This is why everybody watches the NFL. It's because it is ultra competitive and the games are nail biters. There are very few games that are just complete utter washouts and blowouts for your team each year. There's one or two each week. You look at some of the games, but the team you follow doesn't typically have 3 or 4 just monster blowout wins, each year. They're few and far between, and that's what makes it special. All right, guys, double tap that screen for us here on Steel City Live, only here on Mic Drop Sports daily live stream, the best damn sports show in America. I promise you, we love it. We talk Steelers. Your voice is heard here as fans. We talk NFL football each and every single day. Like, share, subscribe. Back to the chat. Honestly, I am only afraid of one team that the Steelers have to play, and that is the Browns. They have nothing to lose and hate the Steelers. I have a feeling they would like to hurt some of our key players. I'm sure they want to come out and do some damage. I don't know if they would want to hurt people purposefully. I hope that's not true, but I can't say it's not, but I hope it's not. But yeah, I'm afraid to play those teams too when they have nothing to play for. I hate those games late in the year. But the Steelers have a lot of significant games on their schedule remaining. And what's that going to do for them headed into the playoffs, guys? The Steelers started their playoffs last week again, last Thursday when they played the Cleveland Browns. That's when they started their playoffs. AFC North play is playoff game atmosphere, and they started their playoff run then. That's how long this playoff run will be. And then you sprinkle a little Chiefs and Eagles in there, and you just see significant game after significant game, high meaningful games every single week. Let's keep going. John Broadway downtown. Big high five Tom Ford, the comedic genius. Cleveland getting that get back next week. Roberta Campbell, end of the first quarter, tied game. John says beating the Eagles, Chiefs, or both will do a lot for their playoff psyche. Yeah, no doubt. Beating those good teams always gives you a little bit of a boost because you know you can get it done. High five, John Broadway. AQ, Big Doug Craig says, can't wait to see how many DPI get called on JPJ on Christmas. Might set a freaking record. Yeah, guys, that can't be excused. And JPJ is so handsy, man. He's got to learn to keep his hands off of players. He's lengthy. He's quick. But yes, and I love that physical style play, and I love physical corners. I think that is special, but he's got to learn that you can only be physical for so many yards before you got to let up on the physical and start relying on your speed and athleticism to cover those wide receivers. And Joey Porter Jr. at times does a phenomenal job at doing that. But at times, a lot of times, he gets way too handsy and definitely causes himself a major issue. And Doug may be right. He might set a record on Christmas because Patrick Mahomes is going to try to draw those flags because he sees it on tape each and every week. I've seen a lot of people calling for JPJ's head today online. I'm not giving up on JPJ. He's going to be a Steeler for a long time. He's going to be a star player for the Steelers for a long time. That young man will continue to get better and better and better as he has. He has some penalty issues right now, but this is just a road bump in his career. Joey Porter Jr. will be an absolute stud star, hopefully Super Bowl winner for the Pittsburgh Steelers. TD says, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't, everyone. Thank you, TD. Appreciate that. John Broadway, if anything, the ghost of Burt Jones is haunting Baltimore. LOL. You never know. You never know, bro. You never know. The comedic genius. Do you go live during any games? No. I like to watch the games. I'm a diehard sports fan, and I don't want to be live streaming. I love you guys. I do, but I don't want to answer questions during the game. I get too into it. I wouldn't pay a lick of attention to you guys. I wouldn't. I'd be watching the game so intently that literally I'd ignore you the whole time and it wouldn't even be fun. All you would do is watch me react to the game. That's it. I wouldn't probably say much. But no, I watch it with my kids. They watch the game with me. So, I don't. Maybe if we have something different, a special one-off type thing, maybe we'll do it, but it probably wouldn't happen. John says, Joey Penalty Jr. Comedic genius. I think Mark from Steelers Nation Australia does live streams during the game, so if you're ever interested in those, I think he does them. I'm pretty sure that I've seen them pop up. Again, I don't watch nothing during the game. I tweet, but that's just maybe an outlet, to talk shit. But that's about it. I don't get how Russ pick six wasn't a flag, but JPJ breathing on a wide receiver is a flag. LOL. Joey's handsy. But yeah, I gotta say that one on Pickens was flagrant. But that's just me. Comedic genius. I feel that. I like to watch alone too. Yeah, I scream too much. DJ Thomas, JPJ is only a sophomore. Everyone needs to lay off the man. Show me a rookie or a second-year cornerback that can guard a top 5 wide receiver. Most vets get smoked by funny 2 wide receivers. Yeah, they do. And that's what I said. Don't overreact about this Joey Porter Jr. stuff. He is going to be just fine, and he is going to make big plays for the Steelers down the stretch also. Hopefully we start to get guys like a Corey Trice maybe back in the fold. You know who's been really special in the turnover category has been Dante Jackson playing opposite of Joey Porter Jr. There's so many special stories in the secondary right now. Deshaun Elliott, what a phenomenal pickup. A guy that means so much to this football team. team in his first season with the Steelers. Those things. Joey Porter Jr. will be fine. I think it's a story, but it's a story that, hopefully it will work itself out. Plus, the refs were all over JPJ, but Pickens got hit in the helmet and nothing. Yeah, that's just how it is in this league, man. You're paying part-time referees, guys. That's why I always said it's a problem. The refs are a problem. You're never going to get consistency, at least not even a thought of consistency until they're full-time. And even then, I think it's going to be still difficult to get consistency in the refs. The comedic genius, and I cuss too much. Me too, man. I cuss on here sometimes, let alone when I'm watching the game. TD, Mark, the Steelers Nation Australia does, and Steelers Dynasty Podcast does live games also. Yeah, I know Mark. I don't know the other Steelers Dynasty. I don't know what that is. I never watched that one. So, listen to TD. He'll steer you if anybody wants to watch any of the lives. AQ, I scare the dogs when I watch games. Couldn't imagine streaming. My screaming shit. Yeah, man, my dogs go up here and hide and upstairs. They're like, I ain't sitting down here while this dude's screaming. And you're right, Doug. Screaming, cussing, throwing shit. My neighbors are probably like, what the fuck is going on in that house? John Broadway, okay, hey, I got to get going. Good night, Jens. Well, good night, downtown John Broadway, the original Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Roberta Campbell, I still believe in my heart there are refs that are jaded. Ah, absolutely, Roberta. Abso-freaking-lutely. That is true. The comedic genius. Also, how many false starts did Cincy get away with? 1 million. They had those tackles. On their heels, guys. The guards were even on their heels. That Steelers defensive front did play a stellar game. But honestly, Joe Burrow is him. He's that good. It's hard to stifle him and keep him with no points. It really is. It's hard to keep him under 40, to be real with you. Roberta Campbell, Mark will be at the Chiefs game for Christmas. He's coming from Australia. Oh, well, there you go. Good job. I hope he has a safe trip, a safe travel. Definitely a long way to come, no doubt about it. I'm trying to go to a game. My kids keep wanting tickets for Christmas, but, I hate being cold. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate being cold. Hate it. All right, guys, double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up at least over 30 here before the end of the stream. We're going to start winding it down here. But again, man, it's a victory Monday, a freestyle type Monday, man. We didn't dive in too much of the schematics today and go into that kind of stuff, but we will. And we'll start working on Cleveland Browns week. I'm going to, I don't want to watch that game for the third time. Man, that sucks. Yeah, but I'm going to start breaking that down a little bit here, what the Steelers can do differently in order to have some success against this Cleveland Browns team. Hopefully there's no significant weather events because I think that leveled the playing field a little bit. Otherwise, I think the Steelers are able to hold on there once they regained a lead late. I truly do. But both teams have to play in it, but we'll see what happens. But this one's at Acrisure, and I think the Steelers are going to make sure they dog walk this football team. I don't want to be too overly confident because I picked them to destroy them last time. Let's keep going. Thanks, TD Tom. Roberta says, I'm with you. I like watching the game from home. Me too, man. I like to be able to eat when I want, smoke when I want, do what I want. Yeah, I love it. I like to be able to do my own thing. Tiffany Donnelly, right? Steelers won. The rate is what you said, 1 through 10. What do you mean, Tiffany? Rate them like as a team as a whole, as their offense. But if I were to rate them as a team as a whole, I would say that they are a 7 or 8. And that's a high score for me. I think it takes a lot to become a 10 in this league. I don't know if there are any 10s in this league right now currently. But it's 7 or 8. Yeah, it's 7 or 8, Tiffany, I'd say. TD, Browns will have a thing coming this weekend, guarantee it. Yeah, they're going to bring it. But I think the Steelers will give it a little bit of pressure and a little bit of fun will be happening at Acrisure Stadium on Sunday in Week 14. We need that 10th win, man. That 10th win just really, having that third loss, we understand that sucks. But having that 10th win at this stage of the season, it's special. It is, guys. And I know we've seen the Steelers go 11-0 before and completely fall apart. But that doesn't typically happen. That was kind of a rarity. I think that team just fell apart. It was a COVID year. It was just weird. It was not a regular type year for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but definitely something that doesn't happen all the time. And this Pittsburgh Steelers team is definitely, right now, something special to watch. And I don't think you should turn your head because things are going to continue to get awesome for them and continue to be fun. It's been a fun season. All right, guys, I'm about wore down, man. Almost live streaming for an hour gets me. Roberta says, I think that loss is still a bitter taste in the mouth of the players and they should be fired up. Absolutely. 4 games in 16 days didn't help with that season either. Yeah, and we got kind of a similar stretch, comedic genius. 3 games in, I think, 15 days or 10 days or some crazy shit. And that's not going to help either. That's why I think this team still finishes 12-5. I think Sean hit it on the head, man. I think it's going to be 12-5. Where we are right now, that gives the Steelers 3 more wins. I think they can beat the Bengals again. I think they can beat the Browns. There's 2. That gives them to 11 wins. And then I think they beat the Ravens again, honestly. And I think that's their 12th win. I say they lose to both the Eagles and the Chiefs. I think those are the 2 losses. And perhaps they could get lucky and split those games and get to a 13-4 record. That would be really, really cool. But that's how I see it. I don't see the Steelers losing within the AFC North again this season. I predict them to go 5-1 like they did last year. I predicted that at the beginning of the season. In the summertime, I predicted that 5-1 again in the AFC North. There's always one rogue game. You had it. And the Steelers will definitely, in my eyes, I think they finish 5-1 again. Worst 4-2. So we'll see. But that's how I think it goes. Tom Ford, when I watch the Steelers games at sports bars, I get hyped, seem to yell more. Sometimes I scare people around me. They're probably like, who's this loon? Roberta Campbell, yeah, in 10 days. Yeah, that's crazy. Steelers plus 10 versus Browns. Woo, that's a little crazy. It's an AFC North game. I don't care what the records are. I wouldn't take that action. That's welcoming to get that ass beat in the bet and make you lose that. Sleeping Lady, everyone but Mike Williams caught a pass. Where was he? Sorry if I missed this topic if it's covered. Sleeping Lady, I can't give you that answer. I wish I could. Man. I don't know what the answer is, short of he just doesn't know the plays. That's the only thing I can kind of think of right now. But there's going to be a lot of people that pretend like they know what's going on, but anybody that's being honest and truthful with you guys doesn't know. Really doesn't know. The comedic genius, I think we beat the Chiefs and lose to the Ravens. That could happen too. TD. Hit the like and subscribe and join the Mafia. 99 cents a month and support the channel. Thank you, man. I appreciate that so very much. DJ Thomas, I heard Mike is struggling with the playbook and Wilson is having to tell him where to go each play. With CA3 hurt, I would give the week off and let Mike play the entire game to get it right. Yeah, that could be something they do, DJ. Definitely. And I heard that also. I don't know how true that is, but we'll see. But I did hear that too. Tom Ford, Jason, I think the Steelers beat the Chiefs and possibly the Eagles. Whew, man. Imagine if they finished with just 3 losses. 14-3. That might get you. That might get you the 1 seed. That might. You could get the 14-3. That might get you the 1 seed because you're going to beat the Chiefs if that's the case. Wow. That'd be freaking cool, man. That'd be a Steeler franchise record. They've never finished 14-3 because they've never had a good record like that whenever there's been 17 games in a season. So, that'd be a new Steelers franchise record in terms of 14-3. That's pretty cool. I know they had 15-1, but with 17-game season I'm talking about. So that'd be like a franchise record with the new 17-game season. Who should we want to win tonight? I don't think it matters, to be honest, Roberta. Probably Browns because Broncos are a playoff team, keep everybody out of the playoffs. DJ Thomas, a week and a home field advantage for the playoffs would be huge. Yeah, I think they're going to need it after these games, man. These are a lot of significant games. And if the Steelers could pull off getting a bye week there, that would be probably very much needed. And then you look at it from the other side of the coin and say, if you are ripping off wins like that, do you really want a week off? Do you really want to lose that momentum? Do you really want to lose that chemistry? Because everybody's a little rusty when they come back from a week off. But yeah, I'd like to see it. I think they'll need the rest. Nicholas Burr, Steelers, ha ha ha. I don't know about that, Nick. Armin, underestimating the Chiefs is a big mistake. Nobody's underestimating them, I don't think. I think they're a very good football team. I'm definitely not underestimating the Chiefs. I just think that they don't scare me as a football team. Are they good? And can they win any game? Absolutely. But if I'm the Steelers, am I scared to go play them? Am I worried? No. I'm just going to go out there and throw the ball around and see what happens and go for it. And do I think the Chiefs are good enough to blow the Steelers out? Absolutely. But do I think that will happen? No. I think it'll be a highly competitive game. I think it'll be a game in which the Steelers will have a real significant chance to win. Roberta Campbell, that is what I thought. Comedic genius. Nobody is underestimating KC. Roberta Campbell, Browns up 10-7. The Browns might be on a little roll. You never know, man. Jameis Winston getting them a little fire. Sleeping lady, totally slept through that game yesterday because of my time zone and work schedule. Man, that was a shocker score to wake up to. Yeah, it was crazy. You ain't seen that since 2018. The comedic genius, we saying we beat the Chiefs because we know we have a good team to beat them finally. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about that. I agree. No doubt. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap the show up. Thank you for joining me, man. I appreciate it. But Jason is wore down. I've had enough. It's tough. It's tough to talk for an hour straight, but it is what it is. I enjoy it. I enjoy you guys. So thank you for all the likes tonight. Make sure you double tap that screen. Give that like before you do leave tonight. And if not, you didn't watch it live, you can watch it later. So that'll be cool. If you're just joining us, you can wait for it to upload and rewatch and join the conversation in the chat that way in the comments section. So that's always cool. Again, we're going to try to get our membership stuff going back with giveaways and things of that nature. So again, thank you. The views have been up a great deal. We got to get the daily upload views up a little bit more. That's my fault because I'm not as consistent with them, but I don't like to feed you guys bullshit. So I wait till there's real topics to talk about, not just made up ones that I come up with off the top of my head. And I did that for a while and I don't like it. So we should have a lot of ammo this week. So we should have a daily upload every day. But we're live all the time. So again, like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Until tomorrow, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. Peace, my friends.